Hello. Hello, hello. Good morning. Hi, Meg. How are you? I'm cold. That's all I can say right now. I'm cold. And I just drank a hot coffee, too. Crazy. Let's see who else has popped on. Somebody just popped on. Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you're at. We're going to make some memory dex cards again because I have a memory dex swap that I have posted. And we're calling it the ColorDex because that's how we roll. So we're going to make some cards for the swap so you can get ideas. The theme for the swap is rainbows, so that should be super duper fun. And rainbows can be anything like you really decide. We have made these themes to inspire, not require. So we want you all to join in. Hey, Milligan. Hey, Sandra. I know, right? So you only have to make 2 cards. So technically, I am finished, Meg. Right? It is cold. So technically, you only have to make 2 cards for the swap. Meaning, because the postage is $4 if you do 1 card or if you do 2 cards or even if you do 3 cards. So I personally, if I were doing a swap and I had to send $4 for 1 card, I would be like, meh. But 2 cards, like, I'm cool with that. So I was just going off of what I would personally do because of the whole postage situation. So basically, I used alcohol inks on Yubo paper to make these. And I just spritzed them on, and I used the little sprayer or the little air pump thing. Hey, Deborah. And, hey, Dad. And made the alcohol ink background. And then since it's red, orange, and yellow, I made her shirt green and her pants blue and her hair purple. Her eyes are brown and her shoes are black. So I've hit every color. I also add enamel dots from the store. Hey, Tiffany. I also added enamel dots from the store, and I added some little sticker sentiments that are from Tim Holtz sticker books. So that one says hola, and this one says hello. Same thing, this one had more green, but red, orange, yellow, green, and blue. So I went green, blue, purple, brown, and black. So yeah, and then I added the little dots that were all rainbow. So of course I went over the top rainbow because that's how I roll. But I wanted to show you guys, we also have to add our information to these, so don't forget to do that. So I wanted to show you guys how I did those. And basically what I did was I took a actual memory dex die. Hey, Michelle. I took an actual memory dex die, and this is just Yubo paper or cheap photo paper. So it's really thin. So I cut out some black designer series paper, and I'm just going to glue one to another. Okay. So we're going to start by doing that. Now your cards, they can be the same. They can be different. They can be whatever you want them to be. It's 2 cards. So when you mail me the 2 cards and your $4, you will get 2 cards back. And they will be from different artists. So each swap you will get 2 cards in return. So I just line this up as best I can. That's the great thing about Barely Art glue is you have a couple seconds to play with it. Then I use my espresso and I burnish that glue so that there are no glue bubbles or anything like that. And you have nice, smooth, perfect adhesion. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to both. And then the sky's the limit on what you want to do as far as creating these. So I've pulled out a couple of images that we can color. And I was going to give you guys some other ideas. You guys know that I'm fairly famous for coloring backgrounds. Or I mean coloring rainbow items. coloring things to be rainbows. So I've pulled off a couple of things that work well with that. Hi, Rachel. Thank you. This was just a 5x7 piece of paper, piece of Yupo paper, and I just folded it in half and put the die on it and cut it out one time. So, as you can see, it was like this. So there you go. Okay, so there's those. Now with these, we could do one of these cute little geckos, or I was thinking we could do the cute little hippo because she's gray, so putting gray on top of this would be super duper cute. What do you guys think? And she's a fairly quick color. Can I get some hearts for the hippo? This is a Ledoux Designs hippo. Super duper cute. I love her. You love the gecko? I mean, I can do a gecko for the other one. I have a good idea for him too. I should probably get out some coloring paper. Because coloring paper is kind of important when you're, you know, coloring. The hippo's very popular. A lot of people really love the hippo. Somebody needs to tag Joy Wilson because the hippo is like her absolute favorite. I also wonder if I can find, it's probably right here. Yep, I have my Memento London Fog. A wonderful ink. Thanks, Meg. What is the name of the blue tool you use to slide over the card? This is an espresso. We have them in our shop. ESPRESSO, because it looks like a little coffee cup, so it looks like a little espresso, but you use it to press, so it's an espresso. Ha 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 ha. I'm so punny. I'm kidding. They're $8.99. I use them to not only burnish the glue, but you'll see me use it here in a second for pressure on my Misty, because nice even pressure will give you nice even stamp lines. So if you are to push on this stamp like this, number one, you're going to end up breaking down your Misty and you're going to break the plastic. It will break down. Number two, it hurts your hands to do that. And number three, photopolymer and rubber is soft. So wherever you push down, you're going to get thicker lines. So if you use nice even pressure, and this will dissipate the pressure, you will get nice even stamp lines. And that is what we're going for here. So it definitely helps with getting nice even stamp lines. And I'm not putting a lot of pressure on it. It's also so much more ergonomic for your wrist and stuff. So if you happen to have any dexterity issues like RA or any other issues like that, it's very, very helpful. I use it instead of a bone folder as well, because when you use a bone folder, it actually scars your paper. It leaves a line where it's broken the paper fibers. And because this is felt on the bottom, it doesn't scar your paper. So you get great, nice, crisp folds without damaging your paper. So very useful little tool. Plus it's a cute little coffee cup, and who doesn't love that? Or tea, if you're more into tea. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my stamp chamois and my water, and I just spray my chamois a couple of times. Clean off my stamp. use the other side to dry off my stamp, absorb any water. Take that off, put it right back on the acetate carrier sheet. Oops. And then I tuck it right back in here with the dies. All right. And then I have right off camera that you can't see my closet here, and my shelving system is metal, so I just stick my MISTI directly to the metal. And there it goes. All right, so now I'm gonna grab some markers. I'm gonna grab my W's because my hippo is warm and has a pulse. So I think I'm gonna use my evens. So W10, W8, W6, W4, and W2. Okay. Yes, I do use it for that too. Right, Julie? Julie's been around. She knows. She knows what's up. So I'm going to color these. This is Sweet Sentiment coloring paper, so I know the capabilities of it, obviously. So I'm going to kind of color both of these hippos at the same time. So if I am coloring too fast, feel free to watch the replay of this, or I will post it on YouTube when I'm done so that you can slow it down and watch the coloring. But these daily lives are kind of meant to be more informative than instructional. So I don't really describe every little thing that I'm doing. But as of right now, I am locating where the shadows are. And adding shadow to my cute little hippo. Her little tail. And come up around her foot and her little bum. I'm going to come under her arm where her arm would leave a shadow on her body. Soften up that line just a little bit. Same thing on this arm. Now you'll notice that I'm moving fairly fast. If I draw a straight line on the paper, I don't want to have my marker on the paper for very long. So I'm moving rather quickly with my marker because I don't want the ink to seep into the paper and bleed. So you will notice that when I am drawing a straight line like that, I move fairly fast, and that's why. Hey, big sister! We're coloring a hippo. We're actually coloring a couple of hippos. So now I'm leaving a shadow on her body from her head and her big hippo chompers. And notice I'm not like totally outlining this whole thing. That kind of detracts from the whole no lines scenario. I'm going to do her head separately. I'm going to do her body first. So I'm not totally outlining everything. You haven't decided yet on your rainbow swap image? I bet it's going to be cute, whatever you do. I knew that you were going to be in on this one because rainbows are totally your jam. For sure. Okay, so now I'm going to come in with my second color. This is the W8. And I'm just kind of feathering off these dark lines because I want this to blend easily. And so the whole point is to kind of blur those lines. I'm going to outline her little toenails. Okay. Same thing on this side. She's a little chubby, just like me. I love rainbows. They're so bright and cheery and happy. Rainbows are awesome. Okay. Come down here to her little feetsies, her little footsies. I know, I totally talked to myself. There's Archie. Oh, the intern must be here. Sweet Sentiment has an intern. It's so fun. Super duper fun. She's a sweet, sweet girl. A heck of a basketball player. But the school that they go to, they have to do internships their sophomore, junior, and senior year. And I think that's really cool. Her little tail. I'm going to put a little shadow above her arm. Just like a little cast shadow. Hey, Jojo. Okay, next color. And now it's just a matter of kind of filling things in, continuing along with what you were doing. Shading it in. Hi, Linda Lou. Hi, Natalie. Shading everything in, working towards your highlight. Jenna, you can come in here. I'm just coloring live. So see, here's all the comments that people are commenting, and then the camera, and I'm coloring for them. So you can take a seat, hang out, listen to me color. Everybody's saying hi to you. I told them you were coming over today. All right. So don't forget to shade in her feet as you're going along, because I'm notorious for forgetting to shade things in. So don't forget as you're going along to shade in all the body parts. That's generally why I work in like a motion all the way around. I can't think of my words. Words are hard today. I have a method that I go around so that I try not to forget certain body parts and stuff. Okay. Now with this color, I'm going to shade everything all the way in, pulling those shadows back towards the shadows. And I'm going to save just the tiniest little bit of highlight for the, like the very extreme highlight, like where the sun would be shining the most. Yeah, you can move all that stuff if you need to. You guys got quiet all of a sudden. Nobody's talking. Are y'all concentrating on me coloring this hippo? I believe we still have some of the stamp in stock too. So if you are interested in this little hippo, it's called Rule Your Mind. It's kind of a yoga set. But I've used this hippo for so many things, it's not just yoga. Okay, and then with this lightest color, I go ahead and do like a little wash over her toes, just so that they're not like stark white. And now she looks super weird because her body's colored and her head is not. Hi, bestie. You're all lost in the coloring. It's a thing. I understand. So we're going to go back to our darkest color and we're going to start coloring in her head. So I'm going to go back to shadowing, and wherever I feel like there would be a shadow, I'm going to start creating a shadow. So I'm going to put a shadow around the bottom of her eyes and kind of start up like the corner of her eyes. You guys don't forget that we just posted a retreat, a coloring retreat. It'll be here in Idaho in April. Book your seats soon. It's gonna be so awesome. Super duper awesome. Sandy and I will be teaching lots of cool coloring techniques. You will definitely learn a lot. All the information for it is on our website. It's like the weirdest time card I've ever seen.
I know. I'm trying to figure out how it works.
This is not like any other time card I've ever seen, and I've seen a few time cards in my life.
The one on the back makes more sense. Can I just use that one?
Yeah, just use that one. Did you bring your own bag of candy?
I raided your pantry.
Oh, okay. I was like, did you not remember what house you were coming to?
I was coming from basketball.
So you need some serious sugar and carbs? I was just telling everybody out here in Facebook land that you're quite the basketball player. Didn't you have a game last night?
No, 2 nights ago. We have another game tonight, and if we win, then we go to state.
Sweet. I am mixing true crime and crafting as usual. That's awesome, Lee. That is awesome. Okay. Oh, I just wrote on the hand. I hate it when I do that. All right. Now you'll see me start to put in a whole bunch of color. This is the third color in the color blend, so this is the true color. So I generally use a lot more of this color because you want the animal to read as this color. So what that means using the true color is that it is the actual color with no shadow and no highlight. So if you use a lot more of this color, it will definitely look more like this color. So I will start coming in around her nose, her little nostril, and shading these. I'll start rounding things off. I saw your mom at Starbucks. She was at the same Starbucks I was.
Really?
Yeah, she was walking in as I was walking out. I don't think she saw me.
Today?
Yeah.
Oh, she's not had a come today. She probably didn't come before she went.
Yeah, your dad was driving. It was crazy. There was so many people in there, so.
Ew.
Yeah. I hate it. Then it gets like sticky because it's alcohol. It's terrible. Terrible. All right, so now we're going into highlight. Nobody in Facebook land is talking to me, so I'm talking to you, Jenna.
Okay.
Today you have all kinds of fun stuff you get to do.
That sounds scary.
It sounds scary. She's like, I'm afraid. I'm very afraid. It's mainly making kits for classes for the expo.
Okay.
Yeah. So Evan's working on some pieces of it. And then you'll be putting them all together. Look at how cute this little hippo is. She's adorable. Okay. And then our last color is our highlight color. And then on her eyes, I'm really going to wash out her eyes because I want them to look nice and light. And then I'm going to come in with another color to give her a little bit of eyeshadow. On her forehead, I'm doing a lot of back and forth blending because this color is so light compared to the other ones that I really want it to blend together. So I normally don't do back and forth blending, but because of the difference in this color and the other ones, that's what I'm doing so that it kind of creating a texture in her skin. And I'll hold this up to the camera so you guys can see the texture that it creates when you kind of oversaturate like this. You just have to be careful not to lay too much ink in or it'll push all of the dark ink away. So that's why I keep going back. Hi, Wendy. Okay, so there's that. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a couple of pink colors, soft pink colors, so that I can do inside her ears. So this is R83. And this is R81. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of pink to her eyes. Just soft and subtle. Okay, and then the only other thing I'm gonna do is her teeth are very stark white, so I'm gonna use my E000 to kind of color those in a little bit. Hippos generally have kind of yellowish teeth, so there we go. That's what we're doing. All right, now let's see if she will fit in my little teeny tiny die cutting machine. Look, Sandy, I'm using my little teeny tiny die cutting machine again. I have to point it out just to make you jealous. Yep, it looks like she will just barely fit. So, grab my scissors and just kind of cut her out. Like that. And then I'm going to place her on my cutting pad. Let me move this a little bit. Place her on my cutting pad. I usually grab a piece of my frog tape. Just so I can ensure that this doesn't move around on me. And then I put it in here. Crank the little crank. See what magic this is. Ready? And then when you peel this off, it cuts it out for you. Now you know what the dies do. She's like, what are all these metal things and what do they do? So it's one thing to explain it. It's another thing to actually see it. So there you go, Jenna. Now you know. But you have to have the little machine to make it. That machine over there, the Gemini, is a big version of this. And you don't have to like hand crank it. The one with the purple lights. You don't have to hand crank it. You just put it in there and it sucks it in and does it for you. Okay. So see now how cute this is? This little gray hippo on this rainbow background. I'm also going to, where is it? There it is. My signature tie a bow. Are you guys ready for another round of bow tying? So, I have a piece of hair like right in my eyeball. So what you want to do is you want to grab your ribbon and you want to pinch it between your thumb and your middle finger. This finger out here is going to serve as your loops, okay? So what you want to do is you want to do 2 figure eights if you're making a double loop bow. Hi, Laura. So 1, 2, okay? Then I cut off a tail that's fairly long so I have enough room to work. And you put this down in that little V right there that your finger makes, and see how you have this big loop? So you have to come over your bow and tie that in a knot. So you just go under that loop and you pull it tight. So now you have this on your hand. Okay? The hardest challenge is getting these off of your fingers. I swear I'm not flipping you guys off. And then you have a perfect double loop bow. I take the tails, and I fold them in half, and then I just cut a V shape in them, and that's how I get the little pennants. Who's laughing at me? Is that Rachel? Rachel, you laughing at me? I swear I wasn't flipping you off. I mean, this time. Last time I might have been, but not this time. Okay? So, you have this cute little bow. And you have your cute little hippo. I'm going to use some Sweet Pops. So I take all my Sweet Pops and I cut them off the roll. Oh, it was you, Tiffany. And I put them in a little container. Last time and next time, but not this time. That is correct. So I'm going to take some Sweet Pops. And I always use way too many of these, but I kind of go crazy when I get using them. That's why I cut. This is 2 rolls in here, so there's actually like a ton of them on a roll. But I like to use a ton of them, so I guess it all works out. Okay, so I'm gonna put her over on this side, I think, because Sandy drew her and it's closer to the purple. Hi, Mary. Thanks, Laura. And then that way I have room for the bow. And then what I have over here is these Tim Holtz sticker books. And this one says snarky, so we all know that that's right up my alley. So I am going to, maybe I'll go, shh, no one cares. Because she's meditating. It seems kind of perfect to me. Shh, no one cares. I didn't do this live. This is just alcohol ink on Yupo paper. And I use the little spray, the squishy thing. I can't even, this thing. I use this thing to spray the alcohol ink around, and that's it. Like, nothing special. Very simple. Okay, so I'm gonna put this here. Actually gonna turn this upside down so I can see how far off the edge I'm going. So it says, shh, no one cares. Then I'm gonna grab some enamel dots because y'all know me. And I feel like this is kind of lacking in the blue, so I think I'm going to use blue ones, but I might just do a rainbow because, you know. Oh, I know. I'm going to use the teeny tiny rainbow pearls, or will they get lost? They're probably going to get lost. Maybe I'll use the, yeah, I'll use those because they're the same color as the hippo. Look at me change my mind like 4 times inside 1 second. That's how I roll. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my glue. Okay, so when I glue anything that is this organza, I always use my hot glue gun. And as I made the bow, I turned my glue gun on, so happy day. So I'm gonna glue that up there. I'm gonna hold it on there. ADHD is your superpower. Right now on Amazon you can get the Heidi Swap dies. Just send me a DM. Okay? Just send me a DM. Because I have a couple of extra in my stash and I can help you out. I can help my sister out. Okay. So then I'm going to just kind of add some little random dots here. I think I'm going to use all the dark ones. Don't mind me throwing my tweezers. Oh my gosh. I didn't mean it while I was still live, Lee. Look at me giving her crap already. Archie, how about no? He's like, but Jenna's here and she's not petting me. Oh, it's the mailman. The mailman's coming. And then just for balance, I'm going to put a couple up here. And now our ColorDex card is complete. So you see how quickly you can come up with 2 of these. Very, very simple. And you can make them kind of whatever you want them to be. So I have those girls. So tomorrow we will color a lizard because Meg wants us to color a lizard. Aren't they gorgeous? Gotta go drive now. Catch you on the replay. Okay. So anyway, so we will color a gecko for that one. And then I will show you, I cut out, which I had at the beginning of the live and now I don't know where I put them. Here they are. I cut out 2 extra cards and we will probably do alcohol ink on these or Lindy's sprays or something. And we will focus on doing Rainbow Memory Dex cards this week so you guys have ideas on things you can do. I might actually even just stamp a gecko on this and color directly on it and then make a rainbow background. So show you how to mask and all of that kind of stuff. So anyways, I just wanted you guys to know that the Rainbow Memory Dex is super, super simple. This is for our ColorDexes. So if you do not have a ColorDex, they're very, very simple to make. I have a video on how to make them. All kinds of fun little cards in here. And you'll be able to just pop these right in. So please join in the swap. You have until the 19th to sign up. You only have to make 2 cards. And then you mail them to me with a self-addressed envelope and $4 so I can mail them back to you. And that's it, man. It's really super that easy. And the theme this time is rainbows. So again, Wicked Easy doesn't have to be this rainbowy. So yeah, there's that for today. Again, don't forget to go to the website and check out our retreat. It is called the Marker Madness Retreat. And I hope to see you sign up because I hope to see you there. And tomorrow at noon, we will be figuring out another Rainbow ColorDex card. So we will talk to you later. Toodles!